Hillary Clinton has made history. That is the headline from Philadelphia. At last night's Democratic National Convention, Hillary Clinton became the first woman in U.S. history to receive the nomination from a major political party to be the candidate for President of the United States of America. Now, the symbolism of Hillary Clinton breaking through the ultimate glass ceiling for women in American politics, well, it did not go unnoticed. Take a look.
Hello, Philadelphia. I am so happy. It's been a great day and night. What an incredible honor that you have given me. And I can't believe we just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet.
Oh, Tuesday's historic moment in Philadelphia was accompanied by celebrities, diplomats, and even a former president who could become, we've never had this before, the first spouse instead of the First Lady. Let's take a look at who was there last night. The Oscar award-winning actress, you see her right here, Meryl Streep. Now, she told the delegates that it takes grit and grace to be the first female anything. She got everyone's attention with a loud scream and a dress that was even louder. Some people say it could have been designed by Betsy Ross herself. Now, the first female U.S. Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, she praised Hillary Clinton as a fighter for women's rights around the world. Now, Bill Clinton, he talked about the 40-year marriage to his best friend, Hillary. His speech was seen as an effort to humanize, to almost reintroduce Hillary Clinton to America. And then Bernie Sanders. Now, he made a very important gesture last night, nominating Hillary Clinton by acclamation. The move drew an electric roar inside the convention center. Take a look.
It is now my honor to present our Senator Bernie Sanders.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I move that the convention suspend the procedural rules. I move that all votes cast by delegates be reflected in the official record. And I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party for President of the United States.
Yeah, an incredibly electric moment last night. I was watching it. A lot of people were watching, and including the people here at the big table right now. I'm joined by Ava Moore. She is with Democrats Abroad. It's good to have you here on the day. And Richard Walker, our correspondent in Philadelphia, our man at the convention. Richard, politics aside, we witnessed history last night. What was it like for you where you were standing?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, Brent? Because in this extraordinary election year where there's so much attention on this disruptive candidacy of Donald Trump on the Republican side and then on this incredible sort of grassroots sensation of Bernie Sanders, it's been very, very easy to forget that Hillary Clinton has been on the brink of a historic achievement in becoming the first female nominee of one of the big parties. And we were right there on the convention floor just behind us here in Philadelphia when that happened, when Bernie Sanders made those sort of moves towards unity at the very last moment there, bringing the hall together. And it was striking how much emotion there was. There were many people standing around us where we were who were shedding some tears. I think just a sort of sheer relief after this campaign, which has been really grueling between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders on the Democratic side, and this sense that finally a woman has been given the opportunity to run for president from one of the main parties. So it was an emotional moment.
Yeah, it definitely was an emotional moment. Ethel, how did it look for you? I mean, Democrats abroad, they gave their delegate votes to Bernie Sanders.
Well, yeah, 70% of Democrats abroad voted for Bernie Sanders.
Right.
In our Berlin group, it's actually closer to 80%.
Yeah.
So certainly a lot of disappointment
Yeah, I was
there
going to
for
ask you, were
many.
you disappointed when you saw that?
No. I think one of the great things about the Sanders supporters, and that we've certainly witnessed in Democrats abroad, is they're out there registering voters every day at all our events. So that energy and passion we at Democrats abroad have seen go past this moment. But of course, certainly people have.
And you feel good about party unity now?
Party unity, I think, is helped greatly by the fact that we have the most progressive platform that the Democratic Party has ever seen. That is largely a credit to the Sanders campaign, and I think that's a big first step in that process.
Let's take a listen to what Hillary Clinton said after the nomination was completed last night. Take a listen.
To you and to everyone who's fought so hard to make this possible. This is really your victory. This is really your night. And if there are any little girls out there who stayed up late to watch, let me just say, I may become the first woman president, but one of you is next. Thank you all. I can't wait to join you in Philadelphia. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, and we've said that this week, that the vitriol between Sanders and Hillary Clinton, but also with Donald Trump, has almost drowned out the fact that we did see history made last night. I mean, you did have Hillary Clinton there standing with all of these young women and girls who could now become president of the United States. Has that moment been lost?
I don't think it's been lost. I think there are moments where it's perhaps been a bit overshadowed, but I think the enthusiasm is really very real and very palpable. If you're an American woman, you've never seen this happen before, and I think it's a huge deal.
Yeah. Let's talk about Bill Clinton for a moment. He is considered one of the best when it comes to telling a story. Here's what he had to say about his wife last night.
If you were sitting where I'm sitting, and you heard what I have heard at every dinner conversation, every lunch conversation, on every long walk, you would say, this woman has never been satisfied with the status quo in anything. She always wants to move the ball forward. That is just who she is.
Richard, how did that go down there in Philadelphia? I mean, why was it so important for Bill Clinton to get so personal about a woman that we've known in public life for 3 decades?
Yeah, I think it was very important, Brent, and it was seen by most of the people that I spoke to as very effective. I mean, Bill Clinton, you know, he's getting on in years. You can hear his voice shaking a little bit sometimes, even his hands shaking very slightly. But his delivery of this speech was extraordinarily fluent, and it really felt like he was sort of rocking in a rocking chair with the audience on his lap and just sort of telling them old yarns of when he first met Hillary Clinton, that it took him 3 times to ask her for her hand in marriage, and just a lot of personal stories about their life together, but with a focus very much on what kind of a person Hillary Clinton is rather than he is, and what kind of achievements she has chalked up over those years. I think it was very important for a couple of reasons. I mean, partly because Bill Clinton has a broad popularity in the American public. The 90s, the time when he was president, looked back on as a good time. It was a time of economic growth above all, and not the stagnation that we have. And he's this effortless speaker. So I think he was seen as the person who can communicate this very well. And to take a word that you just said earlier, to humanize her. It's a bit of a grim word to use, but they were using it also last week about Donald Trump, getting family members to come out and say, the person you see in public is not necessarily the person we know in private. I think it's particularly important in Hillary Clinton's case because her public persona is not seen as particularly kind of gripping. There aren't that many people who would say, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton because she's got a charming personality.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're going to pick on that in just a moment. Let's take another listen to something else that Bill Clinton had to say about Hillary.
I married my best friend. I was still in awe after more than 4 years of being around her at how smart and strong and loving and caring she was, and the absolute conviction that my daughter had the best mother in the whole world.
Did you believe him completely in the effort to humanize Hillary?
Yes.
Yeah? Because, I mean, we can say what we want, but people don't react to Hillary Clinton the way they react to Bill Clinton or the way they react to Michelle Obama, for that matter. If they're going to vote for Hillary, they're going to vote for her on the ideas. They're not going to vote for her because they like her. Is that enough, do you think, to win the White House now?
I think it's enough if you look at the platforms of the two different parties. I mean, it's night and day. I mean, Hillary Clinton's out there talking about campaign finance reform, about path to citizenship, and I think these issues are big. Having Bill Clinton on your team, having President Obama, Michelle Obama campaigning for you, of course, is a huge asset. I mean, Hillary Clinton talked about this herself in one of the first debates with Bernie Sanders, that she isn't the natural politician that her husband is. She's very aware of that, but no one disputes her intellectual abilities or experience.
Yeah. And before we let you go, one more time, the party unity, do you think that those thousands of Bernie Sanders supporters, are they going to be voting for Hillary Clinton come November?
I think most of them will. They will probably remain a vocal minority, but it's a small minority. We're already seeing that at Democrats abroad.
All right. And for more with Democrats abroad here in Berlin and Richard Walker in Philadelphia at the convention. To both of you, thank you very much. Now, that crashing sound of Clinton breaking through the glass ceiling, it echoed across the United States. Here are some of the reactions from voters at the convention as she accepted the official Democratic nomination.
This is the most incredible time. As a woman, I didn't think we were going to make it in my lifetime. But now I am so proud of what that woman have accomplished.
I'm over the moon. This is so long in coming. She is so deserving of this. She's going to be the best president, well, tied with President Obama, but it's going to be amazing.
Well, originally, I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter. I was a Bernie Sanders delegate, so, my job was to get him elected. But it's a historic moment that she will be the first female president.
I had mixed feelings. I'd like to see a woman who has Bernie's politics. And so I had real mixed feelings about it. It is exciting, it is historical, but my heart hurts because right now there's a crisis in this country.
I'm filled with a lot of emotions as a Hillary supporter and also as a woman. I feel like the sky is the limit now for us, and I also feel for Bernie because he ran a heartfelt campaign.
I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old granddaughters, 2 granddaughters. They too can become president of the United States. And this lets me know that they can do and be anything that they want to be.
We already have a woman in Germany. It's our turn, finally.
We are going to have Hillary, Merkel, and also in Great Britain, 3 great women that are going to set the path for everybody in this world. And I am just thrilled.
A lot of energy in those ladies right there. All right, we're almost finished with the day, but you can always join the conversation on Twitter, either at DW News, or you can write to me at Brent Goff TV. Don't forget to use #TheDay.